You know what time it is, weirdos. It's tea time.
Yeah, this is the Oolong god over here.
Wait.
Yeah, we're no longer young. We're in our 30s. We're kind of lame.
Ew, gross.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some Oolong today.
Yeah,
Some
excited.
Wuyi Oolong
Right.
from Wuyi Origin.
Yeah. And so, for the folks who don't know about our stage manager and all of the assistants that we have working with us back here, what we typically do is they ship us the stuff directly from the source, the hands of the farmers, the monkeys that picked them. And then we have a series of like 5 or 6 teas. And so before every single time we shoot, usually we'll just sort of have some stuff. And then James has always kind of just had a lot of awesome stuff. I'll smell something or other and say like, ooh, I really want that one, and then kind of make my own little vote. And I smelled this, and I was like, ooh, I want to drink this.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so cozy. It's a little bit of a rainy day today for a summertime out here in Seattle.
Is,
kind of
yeah.
mid-July. Actually, exactly mid-July. And, yeah, I don't know. Just smelled like the perfect tea for today.
Yeah, it's sort of... it's an Oolong, amazing aroma, sort of has a warmer feel to it rather than, I don't know, maybe like a raw pour might or a greener tea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give this a quick rinse.
And who is this from?
This is from Wuyi Origin.
Okay, cool.
Who are one of our favorites here,
Yeah.
go-to source for Wuyi Oolongs. So this is a Baijiguan, so it's a little bit, Baijiguan is one of the 4 famous bushes along with like the big red robe and those other guys. But this one's, it's known to be a little different. It's usually a little greener processed,
Mm-hmm.
a little less oxidized, maybe a little less roasted. This one smells pretty squarely into the Wuyi Oolong category, to me at least.
Mm-hmm.
So curious to see how it is, though.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing how it tastes. These can often be, the wooey aspect of these teas can be most telling in the difference potentially between the aroma and then the flavor in the cup.
Yeah, really nice
There's
aroma.
that wooey though. And yeah, you can smell a little bit of the green. And
Yeah.
it definitely looks quite green, frankly. I mean, when these roasted oolongs especially, they'll look a little bit more homogeneous, and then you rinse them, and then they really start to become a little bit more green. So
Yeah. And I can just smell that all the way
it smells
over
awesome.
here, too.
Yeah, a little chocolatey. Okay, let's do it.
Cheers.
Still light. Great aroma. Very, very flavorful. Some of the wooies that we'll bring on the show are really minerally. There's definitely an undercurrent of that, but quite a bit going on too. You can still taste a lot of those greener flavors. Little hints of sort of like flowers and little small hints of chocolate. Maybe a little bit more of a starchy sweetness than you might get from a more deeply roasted or even charcoal roasted oolong. Lots going on here.
Yeah.
Already.
One thing I really like about this tea and Wuyi's in general is just like the overall richness of the first few steeps. It's just very complex, very full. It can be bright, but you can also have some of those darker roasted oolong notes. I think it just hits a lot of boxes for me.
Absolutely. Oh, really great. Good mouthfeel already too.
Yeah.
Nice and like not too viscous, but really tasty.
Yeah.
Great residual flavor also in the mouth.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
you really continue to drink this.
And this is oolong tea such as this one. It's sort of like when you're drinking a raw pour or a ripe. You know, you might pass around I got the oolong burp right now. You might pass around the gaiwan and stuff for smells now and then.
Right.
But a tea like this, you're going to want to smell every steep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just really nice, especially early on. You're going to pour hot water in, you're going to dump the leaves in, you're going to smell it. You're going to hit it with a rinse, you're going to smell it. I don't even know if I did all those things, but you should definitely smell this tea a lot because that's definitely part of the appreciation of it.
Yeah. And the aroma itself is passing the mom test in, flying colors. It smells incredible. It smells sweeter than it tastes. Hints of some light flowers. And,
Yeah. You want to treat your mom? Dump some of this into the bathtub and give her the Wuyi Oolong bath. You probably have to dump way too much.
Cut!
Yeah.
Alrighty, here we go.
Yeah,
Steep
cheers.
number 2. A little bit more mineral on this. Definitely. I'm really getting more into that Wuyi category.
A lot of texture.
Yeah, but not at all bitter, right?
Yeah.
Plenty of strength. A lot of presence. I think mom test.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so,
yeah.
for sure. Really comfortable.
Yeah. I like about this tea also that it's like not too heavy. Some of the oolongs can be like really heavy in that minerality. This one's sort of like light too.
Yeah.
In like a nice way. Still plenty of complexity.
You can definitely tell this is a Wuyi, but it's certainly not one of the, I would say, the epitome of characterizing the category. I think there's still other elements of different teas going on. It tastes, whereas some Wuyis don't really taste like any, you don't really get that sense that it's an oolong tea necessarily. It has its own characteristic. I'm really getting more of the kind of lightly roasted oolong flavors out of this particular one.
So this is not quite on the like rock liquor level.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
it's more like watching someone else lick a rock.
Well, it's like you're licking a rock, but there's also like some nice plants around. Right. Everyone.
Perfect analogy.
Everyone knows. So, yeah, and just big, beautiful leaves here. I mean, looks definitely like everything is hand picked. Whereas something like machine pick would maybe have a little bit of some markings around the edges. Yeah, nice, beautiful, twisted leaves. Plenty of also variety in the actual material, it looks like, in terms of the oxidation. Some more dark than others, some looking quite green.
Yeah, and kind of as we expected, it looks greener as we brewed that out. It's not a super dark roasted Wuyi at all.
Yeah.
So
this is like the epitome of passing the ultralight backpacking campfire grandpa style test too, I think. Especially you can just sort of start to sprinkle these teas, the leaves in there.
Is it coming?
It's coming. 5 minutes of intros have been cut so far. Okay, so be patient. I think what it's going to end up being is like the first half of 2019 in between episodes, because it's going to be.
Is it going to be like a Netflix show where they just all drop at once? They're like, oh my god, it's the next Stranger Things. Stranger Things plus Denny in between episodes.
Expect too little descriptions of the teas that I'm drinking, frankly. Like, I don't do a good enough job of actually talking about the teas that I'm drinking, but you're definitely going to have a good sense of, like, ambiance and very atmospheric, right?
Yeah. Well, the Hiking Bureau of Washington should pay you some, should sponsor you.
Damn them for not reaching out to me. We all know about the HBOW. Anyway, this is really tasty and would be a wonderfully, I think, forgiving tea to do grandpa style with.
Yeah.
Not getting any real hint of bitterness, but plenty of delicious flavor. Approachable, so you can share it with friends. Yeah, really lovely.
Friends and moms and friends of moms and moms of friends.
Yeah. Invite them all. Y'all are invited to this tea party.
And
Hashtag tea party. I don't know.
all right.
Not quite in that Oriental beauty category, because it tastes a little bit greener, maybe a little bit more bright and crisp.
Maybe
than
a little
roasted.
Little less oxidized.
Yeah,
less of the
precisely.
black tea notes.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, if you enjoy a tea like that,
Mm-hmm.
You might find this to be pretty enjoyable. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, the aroma on that is just nuts.
Yeah, and the aroma's dying down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
These teas are not uber durable
Right.
as some pours can be,
Right.
but they are really enjoyable for the few steeps that they do get.
Absolutely, yeah. And what's the reasoning behind that in terms of why these might peter out a little bit more quickly?
I don't know exactly, but it's a tea that is grown at lower elevation. If you look at like Taiwanese teas, like high mountain teas tend to brew a little bit longer,
Yeah.
so that might have something to do with it. I don't know. I mean, it's grown in a very geographically specific place. It uses the small leaf varietal, whereas Pu'er uses the large leaf. That might have something to do with longevity as well.
Also a little bit maybe about the fact that it's twisted and voluminous, so it brews out a little bit more strongly up front.
That as well.
But also it will die off a little bit more quickly.
Rather than being like rolled or balled like a lot of Taiwanese.
Or a Pu'er that will just slowly be unfurling. Really tasty. Wuyi Origins,
check them out.
I've never had a bad experience with their teas. And seriously, it's super good. They do other stuff, but of course, you're going to fare well grabbing a Wuyi from there.
Yeah, believe it or not, Wuyi Origins does Wuyis quite well. They're not known for their Pu'er.
Someone needs to impose that Pikachu face on me. Anyway, we've done like a bajillion Wuyis, and I never get sick of them. They're so freaking good. If you folks enjoyed this episode, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, you can subscribe. We have done a lot of Wuyis from Wuyi Origin and Wuyis in general. So if that's your sort of your deal, go for it.
If you have a conspiracy theory on Denny's in between episodes, please leave that comment below. I look forward to reading about them.
All you naysayers, I'm going to show you what, huh?
Yeah. Denny doesn't actually go hiking. He just goes in the green room. Play axe. 4K.
Yeah,
4K.
4K.
He just goes in the
CGI.
closet.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Your comments are, I love laughing about them and making fun of all you for believing in me. Just kidding. It's coming, I swear. Check us out on TeaDB.org, TeaDB.org@gmail.com to get in touch. Just send us some tea or chat, ask questions, let us know. I don't know. If you like the episode, I think we already said that.
Yeah.
I guess the final thing is just to make sure that you text your mom you love her.
Yeah, do it. You heard it here first.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.